Good evening, everyone. Today is the 12th of October. If you're in the US, it's Columbus Day. So happy Columbus Day if you're joining me from the US. And today we're going to be talking about the immunity kits, the brand new immunity kit from doTERRA. Now, if you're in the US, you're probably super excited about this kit, in the US or Canada, I should say. If you're outside of the US or Canada, you might be feeling a little bit bummed, sort of like, hey, what am I, chopped liver? Why am I not getting this kit right now? But what we're here to talk to you about today is how we can develop our own kits, because this is something that we've talked about a little bit in the past. We maybe haven't talked about it enough lately, which are 90-day plans. How do they work, and why are we so insistent about 90-day plans? Here's the other thing. I know that if you're outside of the US, you may be thinking, I don't have half the products that are listed in those kits, and how am I going to make myself happy or my team happy with such a limited selection of products? So that's a really good question. And some of the products you may choose to order individually through NFR. You are not going to be able to order those kits, at least not in the beginning, through if you are in a GAC market. So there is an IT question about a couple of people were asking, if I'm in a GAC market, will I be able to order the kits? For right now, the answer is no. So that's why I'm on to talk to you about the kits, what's in the kits, how you build a 90-day program, and then if you are outside of the US, how are you building your own immunity kit? And for the next 3 weeks, we're going to do this. First, we're going to do it with immunity because that's my favorite, right? Then we're going to do it with muscle relief, right? And then we are going to do it with mind and mood. So if you're outside of the US, we're doing a deep dive today on how the kits work, how you get into a kit. And then if you haven't done this before, like, wait, what is Elena talking about? I can't even get this thing. You're going to find out about today. So today, if you're in the US, I'm looking outside. It is actually a rainy, cloudy day where I am. It is not beautiful at all. I hope it is beautiful wherever you are. But this is a good opportunity for us to kind of really think about what's going on in the month of October. If you're in the US, and I want to make sure that if you're in the chat, and say hi if you're in the chat if you are new. So anybody who's new, pop into the chat and just tell me, hey, I'm new. I always want to greet new people. If you haven't been on this before, this is a great opportunity to just say hi. So, and those of you who have been around for a while, welcome back. I want to say thank you actually to two actually amazing people. You may remember that last week I was talking about how disappointed I was about having missed out on moon cakes, and two wonderful people that have been so supportive here of me and of this team and of this whole endeavor that we do every week. Sihan, who I think you can see at the top there, and Suan B actually sent me moon cakes. So I had moon cakes and it was so fun. And of course, my husband and I immediately gobbled one up. We have a couple left, and I have to say I'm going to hide them because my son's going to be home from school soon, and he will just take a whole moon cake and go whoop, and plop it in his mouth, which is not the goal, right? But I'm so excited, and I was so happy to see them, and I have been enjoying them. And so for those of you who don't know what moon cakes are, they are a yummy treat that is very often made by hand in certain Asian countries during this time of year, celebrating the fall festival or autumn festival. And a couple of years ago, we were actually all together. We did a really cute photo of us with some little fans and stuff and lanterns, kind of in celebration of the moon festival. So look it up, you really love it, and I'm enjoying my moon cake, so thank you again. And I always want to call out from time to time different people that are on this call that get on and really help us. So I wanted everybody to know of their generosity. So Annie says, Elena and everyone in this room. Okay, Annie, hello. I'm so happy to see you. Annie, are you new? I haven't seen you in a while. If you are new, please let us know. Oh dear, I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, maybe not. Okay, let's share my slides with you all. Why? Because we've got a lot that we want to make sure we get covered today. And one of the things that's super important to me is that by the end of this presentation, you have a really good sense of what's going on and why you need the things that you need. So I can't see everybody's beautiful faces, but if you can see my screen, I'm going to hit play. Just give me a thumbs up, please, if you would. Joanne, I can see your smiling face this morning. So if you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to hit play so we can get started. Okay. So here we are, we're talking today about the immunity kit. What I love about the immunity kit is that it puts all in one place, everything that we love and know so well, and even some extra goodies. But if you are not in the US, you want to make sure that you're able to put something together for yourself and for your team, and you're able to carry it around on a regular basis. So I'm going to give you some tips, and we're going to walk it through. We're going to go through the kits real fast because I think they're really special. And then we're going to dive deeply into the 4 countries that I really love, which are actually 3 countries we're going to dive into today. We're going to dive into Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. And I'm diving into those 3 deeply because they are open markets, and that's important. And when you're investigating your products, you want to be looking on those websites specifically. Super easy to do. You go to doTERRA.com, and instead of logging in under your own account, you scroll down a little bit further and choose your market, and you can actually log into, you're not logging, but you're observing any market that you want. Okay, so I don't know if any of you realize, and I put here happy to be back, because I don't know if you realize, but I actually took a long hiatus from the blog. So over the summer, as you know, there were a lot of things going on. We are trying to just get back to normalcy, if you will, after having had a really long and involved summer. I spent most of July and August making sure my 2 kids got back to college. With a lot of COVID restrictions, it meant that we were changing regulations almost daily. A lot of figuring out who was going where, if they were going at all, what were the dates, when were they coming back. So that was kind of a little bit of a bugaboo, which actually kind of put us on pause in terms of, or put me on pause in terms of doing the blog. The other big change was that I don't want to say I lost her, but my beloved assistant, Julia, went to law school, and that kind of slowed me down quite a bit, making sure that I was getting the blogs out and sending them out on a regular basis. So now there is a brand new blog. It talks a little bit about how we have all been dealing with being at home and not maybe doing exactly what we wanted to. Many of you are getting back to normal. What's really nice, and I just want to share this with you really quickly, is several of you know that my mother has been living in assisted living now for about 2 months. She had been living with us for almost 5 years, but because of some health changes, it makes it necessary for her to be in a place where there's just more care for her. And we just got an email yesterday saying that they're going to allow in-house visits. Now, part of that, I'm sure, is being motivated by the fact that it's getting quite chilly here. We've had some days that have been as low as about 10 or 12 centigrade. So to sit outside, even with a sweater, is a little bit nippy. So it's really nice that we're containing our cases of infection, and we're getting back to some sort of a regular routine. And I, for one, will be really happy that I'll be able to go and sit and chit chat with my mom, maybe make a cup of tea, and make it more like a little visit than just kind of, I don't know, a trip around the block or taking her to a doctor, which is one of those things that we haven't been able to avoid. So happy to be back. If you are not aware of where the blog is, you can go to ElenaJordan.com, and right on the top, it's going to say blog, and you can subscribe to the blog if you would like to. So that's kind of another fun thing. So how did we stay healthy during our trip? One of the things that we did was we carried a lot of what I'm going to call immunity oils with us, and we use them frequently. We use them to cleanse our hands, to make sure everything in our hotel rooms was clean, maybe spraying down doorknobs. I got to tell you, folks, I'm not a germaphobe in general, but I do have some very good friends who are nurses, and they all say the same thing. You want to make sure that you are just taking precautions. And so it's not too much to say that you could wash your hands and then apply hand sanitizer, especially depending on where you've been or what you've been doing. And if you're going to be a lot of public places, you want to make sure that you're doing that on a regular basis. So just as luck would have it, when I got back, doTERRA launched these 3 new kits, and I'm going to actually show you these kits right here because they are super cute. And you can see we've got 3 targeted wellness delivered, and that's what I love about this, delivered right to your door every month for 3 months. And then afterwards, you can do one of 2 things. You can either stack the kits, so you could get 2 at the same time, or you could use one and then use another one. So I'm going to start today with the immunity kit. Not that I don't love the relief kit, not that I don't love mind and mood, but I think it's important enough that we dive deeply and we clearly understand what's in there and what are we going to get over the next 90 days. Because that's what these really are. They are 90-day plans. So let's talk a little bit about 90-day plans. So number 1 is, why do we choose a wellness program? Why don't we just kind of jump around and buy whatever we feel like it, read the catalog, or go scroll through online and say, well, this looks good, or maybe I'll add that other thing. We do that because a couple of different reasons. Number 1 is a 90-day plan is really the most simple, effortless way to target a specific health goal and get the exact products you need for what you want to achieve. So if you have a health goal, whether it is boosting your immunity to boosting your metabolism, getting on and staying on a 90-day plan, a targeted wellness program is the best way to go. Also removes the hassle of figuring out which essential oils and products to use. And number 3 is, there's no need to repeat the same pattern of scrambling to put together the perfect oil regimen yourself when you can sign up for a wellness program, or you can create a wellness program for someone else that basically repeats for them and helps them with their whatever health issue that they'd like to address. So let's take a look at 3 different things. So let's look first at the steps of what you're going to do, whether you're getting a doTERRA wellness program or 90-day plan, or you're getting a, let's call it an Elena 90-day plan, or your own 90-day plan. Number 1 is choose your program. I would strongly recommend that you're not working more than 2 programs at once. If you are trying to, I don't know, lose weight and boost your immune system and also keep your mind healthy and work on your gut and so on and so forth, you may just be working in too many areas at once. And your body may get a little bit confused. Once you're healthy, you can absolutely take different sorts of supplements or essential oils that will support you in your goal to stay healthy from different areas. But as you choose to dive deeply, I think it's important that we think about diving deeply in a specific area. So number 1 is, let's pick either immunity, mind, mood, and relief. And you all already know what I pick, so I don't even have to tell you. Number 2 is use your products, right? So if you have these wonderful products, go ahead and use them, because if you don't use them, what's going to happen? You're just going to kind of feel disappointed and you're not going to get the results that you wanted. So number 3 is, whoops. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to click on my thing and it doesn't want to move for me. There we go. Own your own health. So start seeing real results as you integrate essential oils into your daily routine. By owning your own health, we mean a couple of different things. We mean taking advantage of the programs that are available. We also mean making sure that you're taking sort of the proactive steps, if you will, to make sure that you're getting where it is that you want to go. And then number 4, why is this a little slow today? What's happening to me, folks? I'm having some technical issues here. There we go. Okay, you want to repeat or pick a new program. So you can start the new program again after you finish 90 days, or pick a different one for a new set of powerful benefits. So let's jump right into month 1. When you do your month 1, you're going to be thinking about, okay, for the next 30 days, this is what I'm going to be taking. These are the products that I'm going to be getting. And if you can focus on those products for the first 90 days, first 30 days, you're absolutely going to be able to see results. So here's what's in the basic kit. So this is the first kit that you're going to get. And this is your On Guard Protective Blend in 15 milliliters, your On Guard Sanitizing Mist. Actually, I don't love the way this is written up, so I'm going to just read it from the screen. From left to right, like you would read a book: Wild Orange, Purify, and On Guard, all in 15 milliliters. Then an On Guard Sanitizing Mist, foaming hand wash back in the back, and then for your teeth, you're going to get toothpaste samples and dental floss. Why is it so important to brush with a good toothpaste? Because the tissue of your mouth is extremely porous, and if you're putting something toxic in your mouth, you're actually going to wind up with a lot more problems because it's going to be absorbed quickly into the bloodstream through the tissue of the mouth. So make sure whatever it is that you're putting in your mouth is super clean and doesn't have a lot of additives in it. Now let's take a look at month number 2. And you probably haven't seen as many pictures of this. So this is super special. So you're going to get a tea tree and a grapefruit, 15 milliliters. You're going to get On Guard protective gels. You're going to get the sanitizing mist again, because we're assuming you're going to be using it up on a regular basis. You're going to get On Guard beadlets, and then you're going to get 2 really cool things. One is an exclusive kind of mini mouthwash, which is so cute for travel. I just love that. I'm trying to look here and see if it doesn't tell you exactly how many milliliters is, but I want to say it's about 1/4 of the size, probably about 1 fluid ounce or 1.5 fluid ounces, which is the amount that you can easily bring onto an airplane. And the other thing is you're going to get a copper tongue scraper. Now, tell me in the chat, have you ever used a tongue scraper? Do you know what a tongue scraper is? So first of all, who's doing, oh, Z says 100 milliliters. Thank you, Z. And for my US friends, 100 milliliters is about 2 ounces, 2 ounces. So you should be able to bring that on an airplane, I think. Okay, so whether you're gonna take these products internally, apply them on the outside of your body, or use them around your home, you have countless benefits that can come from making natural products a part of your daily life. In fact, using products every day is the most effective way to maximize your benefits. Now, these are never use one. So Danielle says, never use one. What are the benefits? And Olivia says, not yet. So my guess is, give me a couple people, tell us, tongue scraper. Yes, I've used one. No, I've never used one. Z says, super cute, and she has it. Betty says, I love the tongue scraper, recommended by the dentist. Okay, anyone else? I want to hear from a couple, especially my American friends. Have you used this before? Shua Seong Lee says, never used one. Thing is, so I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I have heard of tongue scrapers. I have seen tongue scrapers. I actually almost bought one once when I was in a natural store with a very good friend of mine who said, you have to have this, it's amazing, but I don't have one now. So I don't know, it looks pretty cool. So basically the concept is we're talking about bacteria in the mouth. And I guess what tends to happen is bacteria tends to get wedged into your tongue. Now I have to tell you, maybe this is more information than you ever want to hear about me. I usually, when I brush my teeth, I also brush my tongue. So do I need a tongue scraper? Maybe I do. I'm also thinking that there are benefits to copper. And if anybody knows the benefits of copper, please let me know, because I don't know right now as I'm listening to this. And as I'm just yakking here. So Sue Lynn says, the tongue scraper is a great tool. I use it every time I brush my teeth. Elaine says, my dentist taught me to brush my tongue, okay. Missy says, Missy Elephant, my friend there with the cute name, says, I brush my tongue too. Z says, tongue scraper is very old school for us in Asia because our grandfather, our father's generation use it, but I don't like it. Okay, I love somebody who's honest. Anybody else? Tell me what's going on. Have you used a tongue scraper? I want to hear from some of you Americans. Just give me a quick no, haven't used it. Yes, I've used it. Love it. Just let me know. So I never bought this thing because I thought, am I going to really add that into my daily routine? I feel like I do enough already. I put on moisturizer, I take out my makeup, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I do all these other things. Sometimes I use gua sha on my face so that I look uplifted. I don't know. I'm just one of these people who's like, can't get to it. But you know what? If they're going to give me one for free, I'm going to try to use it. So Lee Wen says, benefits of copper tongue scraper, clears toxins and bacteria from the tongue and digestive tract. Ooh, Lee Wen, thank you for sharing that with us. And Meng Hong says, I use it every day and I love using it. Catherine says, have seen someone use it but never use it myself as it looks scary. She actually says, hee hee hee, which is really cute. And Z says, I feel yikes. I know exactly what they feel like. So I don't know. Let's see. If we get it, will we use it? I feel like if you get it, you have to use it, right? At least you have to try it. So here's the other thing. It's a 90-day plan. So the copper tongue scraper obviously could be used for 90 days. But since you're getting it in your second month, let's at least commit to using it in your second month, right? If you don't love it after that, you can I don't know, save it for a rainy day. Do not give it to somebody else because that would not be clean, right? You have to use your own tongue scraper and then go on to the next thing. Let's talk about month 3. Enough about tongue scrapers, but if you want to tell me a little bit more. So this is super cute. What are you going to get in this? So this is interesting. Now you're actually going to get 2 On Guard sprays, right? You are going to get an On Guard Touch. You're going to get a small size veggie caps, again, terrific for traveling. You're going to get a 4 milliliter frankincense touch, a 5 milliliter oregano. Excuse me, you're going to get a Kids Stronger roll-on. You're going to get some On Guard sanitizing wipes, which you got in the first month. And the last thing you're going to get is a sanitized mist holder. And I have to say, anybody want to tell me what that logo looks like? Because to me, it looks like a famous logo from a famous designer that I don't want to say online, but it really is kind of cute. Now, that's the one thing in here that's going to be a little bit tricky to replicate, but I think we could figure something else. Yes, thank you, Saw Kim. Saw Kim says LV, and if you're looking in the chat, you know what, for those of you who are in the know, you know what LV is, but I know you're all in the know because you're here, right? Okay, this is a really nice kit. I like this, but could we begin to pull some of these things together from other places? Absolutely. And if you're able to order any of these items NFR and certainly take a photograph of this, you're going to be able to put together your own kit. It's not going to look exactly like this kit, but it's going to be pretty darn close. Here's the other thing that I want you to consider. In the US, for quite a while, we've had something called the Immunity Kit. The Immunity Kit is actually a loyalty rewards program kit. And all of these items are available in the US market, but they are packaged together. It includes a 5 milliliter Breathe, Oregano Touch, Copaiba, On Guard 15 milliliters, On Guard soft gels, sanitizing mist, and then a PB Assist. So what are they adding in here? They're adding in something for breathing, right? And they're also adding in something for digestion. So as we talk about putting together your own kits, think to yourself, okay, do I need this other thing? Because if your gut is not well formed or you're having gut issues, you're going to have some trouble perhaps putting together your kit and having your immunity be strong. Okay, so what am I going to show you? I'm going to show you something that I show you every single week, Essential Oils Healthcare for Today, a beginner's guide, right? So now some of you I know are sitting there going, oh, not again, she's talking about this book. But I'm going to go deeply into this book, not just show you the cover today, because I think it's important for us to go a little bit deeper. So number 1 is, in the table of contents, you have 50 90-day plans, 50. So if you don't choose to do one of the plans, immunity, relief, or mind mood, you can do one of these plans. And of course, I'm giving you this, the table of contents so that you can take a look at it. But they're in alphabetical order. There are different things that you can choose to pursue. And all of these have recommendations for 90 days. Now, when you open up the book and you actually get to one of your plans, I'm going to show you how this works. The book is covered on 2 pages. So on the left-hand page, you're going to have your title, and we actually do have a page called Immune Support, right? So this is going to help you as you're going forward. The key here is knowing that the actual names of the products are not listed. What's listed are what I'm going to call the subtitles, which are the descriptive names of the products. But what I found this morning as I was preparing, and last night as I was preparing this presentation, that if I typed in doTERRA Protecting Blend, immediately the product popped up. So the beauty of the internet now is, in case you're confused, this is really able to find. So you're opening the book on 2 pages. This is the left-hand page. On the right-hand page, and this is what we're really looking for, we're looking for something called the cheat sheet. And yes, on every single 90-day plan, we have a cheat sheet. Now we're going to go through 1 month, and you can see the months are kind of similar for immunity, because as we build up immunity, part of what we're doing is repetition, right? We're repeating what we're able to, what we need to support ourselves over and over again. So let's look closely at month 1. We have our protecting blend, we have essential oil cellular supplement, we have protecting soft gels, we have probiotic defense formula. And some of you are thinking, huh? What does that mean? Okay, every book also comes with a bookmark that gives you the translation, if you will, for every single product that's on there. So if you were to look on the left-hand side and scroll down to On Guard, you can see right below it, it says Protective Blend. And those are the sort of the code names or the secondary names or the subtitle names that are on every single product. And I'm actually going to show you where you're going to find this on the product, unless you're not, in case you're not sure. So when you're looking at the product, if you look, and I'm going from number 1 to number 4, number 1, Protecting Blend, as you can see right under the words On Guard, it says Protective Blends with DDR. And I'm showing the soft gels here because I happen to love the soft gels, but I know every market doesn't have the soft gels, and you're going to see how I pull this together for you based on where you're located. But this is the original intention of the plan. DDR soft gels, or of course DDR essential oil that could be put into a capsule. Then protecting soft gels, which are your On Guard soft gels. And finally, probiotic defense formula. And you can type exactly those words into Google, and it will give you the product names right away, as long as you put the word doTERRA in front of it. So make sure you put doTERRA Protective Blend or doTERRA Protecting Blend. You want to make sure it says doTERRA first, because you could get other things if you don't put in doTERRA. Okay, so let's take a look at how we broke this down across markets. And I hope this helps you a little bit. And you can see the comparison to the US market. And I don't know if anybody's done this before. If you look, I'm going to start actually on the far right on the US market. And because that's the one group of products that I did not have to alter. One of the things that I wanted you to know about the book is every monthly plan is pre-calculated to be at least 100 PV. Most of our specials, most of our enrollment promotions, most of our Silver Club bonuses are all calculated on 100 PV. So you will definitely, as you can see, if you look across the bottom here, you will definitely get 100 PV if you use the program as written. So if you were to add those 4 products into your cart in the US, the On Guard, the DDR Prime soft gels, the On Guard soft gels, and the PB Assist, the total would be 119 PV. I'm going to start on the far left with Singapore, because Singapore is actually the market that has the greatest amount of products and is closely closely mirrors the United States. So when we have a product that comes out, soon thereafter, they usually get their products. So there are some exceptions. There are certain things that Singapore does not have. And one of the things that I did not see right now, and I don't know if it's you're out of stock, but I was clicking on your links, your DDR soft gels and your DDR Prime essential oil seems to be out of stock. So I made a substitution there, and you can see what I substituted for that was Copaiba, which is something you do have in your market. So the protecting blend is 41 PV. Cellular supplement is 42. In this case, we're using Copaiba. You can see I put the little asterisks there. Protecting soft gels are 27, and the probiotic defense formula, the PB Assist, is 41 for a total PV of 151. If you're in Singapore and you can see this chart, let me know, does this make sense to you? Because I don't want to go on if it doesn't make sense. So if you're in Singapore and you can see this chart, let me know if it makes sense. I'm going to hold on for about 30 seconds because we are live. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, if you happen to be watching this in Singapore, tell me a comment in the chat. I'd love to hear, yeah, I get it. I'm finally understanding what this is all about, and I can put this together for myself. So I'm waiting in the chat to see if I see anybody. Who's in the chat for me today? Missy, I think you're in Singapore. Anyone else? I don't think I dropped anybody. Let me know if this makes sense. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to wait for the Singapore people to give me a heads up. Even if you give me a thumbs up, maybe that would be great. Okay, in Malaysia, as you can see, I was able to get, okay, Missy, does this make sense? You said, yes, I'm from Singapore. Does this make sense to you? How we're putting together our kit based on what's in the book? In Malaysia, you do have On Guard, you do have DDR Prime. Z says yes. Okay, great. I'm beginning to hear some yeses. Thank you, folks. I just wanted to get some. Meng says yes, it makes sense. Okay, in Malaysia, you've got your On Guard, you've got your DDR Prime. You don't have On Guard soft gels. So for that, I substituted Copaiba. And for probiotic defense formula, I actually substituted Digestin because I think it's important for you when we're talking about probiotics, we're talking about gut health, the best support for gut health. If you can't get your hands on PB Assist is Digestin, and you can be taking that in a capsule. You can taking a drop or two right after your meals to help you digest your meals, but it's a great way for you to support your digestive system. If you're in the Philippines, now in the Philippines, you've got a couple of products that you don't have. You have a fairly limited selection of products, but I just wanted to know what my substitutions were if I was living in the Philippines and I wasn't able to get my hands on certain products. You do definitely have the On Guard. Again, in the second for the DDR Prime, I'm substituting Copaiba. And then for the protecting soft gels, we don't have On Guard soft gels in that market yet. Now, you could make your own soft gels using your On Guard essential oil. In that case, I would recommend getting yourself some empty capsules because it's going to be easier for you to swallow if you're doing it on a daily basis. Or you could substitute, because you do have the DDR Prime soft gels, use the DDR Prime soft gels right there. So what I probably should have done was put the DDR Prime soft gels in the actual column for DDR soft gels, so it didn't look like it was a substitution, and then add in the Copaiba. And then finally for the PB Assist, again, I'm substituting the Digestin. So I hope that makes sense for you. Now, here's the other thing that I want to show you. Let's talk about some of the other products, depending on your market, that you could be using to boost your immune system. Okay, by market, if you're in Malaysia, and I'm plugging in my computer because it's actually about to die, hold on. If you're in Malaysia, you want to look at Litsea, Manuka, Melissa, Turmeric, Clarify, Purify, and Easy Air. If you're in the Philippines, and you can take a screenshot of this if you wish, you're in the Philippines, you want to look at the On Guard Foaming Hand Soap. Now, many of these products are going to be available in 2 or 3 markets, but these are the ones that when I looked at your market, you were most likely to have access to. On Guard Foaming Hand Soap, Cleaner Concentrate On Guard Touch, Purify Clove Tea Tree, oregano and lemon. And I have to say, oregano is a repeating theme for all of the countries. Get out your oregano, use it. It is strong, so you want to make sure that you're diluting it, especially if you're going to be taking it internally. And then finally, in Singapore, you got to crack out your On Guard beadlets, your sanitizing mist, your Clarify, your Purify, your Zendocrine soft gels. Okay, you've got a really powerful ally there with your Zendocrine soft gels to detoxify yourself, to get rid of some of the things that might be plaguing your immune system. Also your GX Assist. Let me tell you, this is one of my favorite products. I don't use it all the time, but I love it and I keep it on hand all the time. Why? Because it's got some of those ingredients in it, like oregano, which make it just, you always want to have if you can possibly get a bottle of GX Assist and keep it in your house. You could keep it in your refrigerator if you're not taking it every day. I actually don't recommend taking it every day. It's one of those products you want to take when you are not feeling well. But really good if you're really down for the count, or somebody in your family is, give them a GX Assist. And there's a story about one of the founding executives from doTERRA giving his wife GX Assist when she was very ill many years ago. Many of you have heard it. If you've heard that story, you can tell me in the chat. Last but not least, I want to encourage you to find yourself a cute bag, because part of what this is all about is finding yourself something that you can identify with your products, right? So you look at it, you say, oh, this is so cute, and then you can basically grab and go. So I kind of looked on Instagram and Facebook and Amazon and tried to find something. The reason I chose this one is because, number one, is that it's red. It was not super expensive. It was just $12, 12 US dollars on Amazon, and it comes in I think it comes in 10 colors, but you could easily pick 3 colors, so you could have your 3 pouches there. So if you wanted to make up your own immune kit, your own relief kit, and your own mind mood kit, you could do that with a bag like this. I like the idea of making sure that your bag is easily identifiable for you. So what I find sometimes, especially when I travel, I go to grab my oil bag, I look inside and I think, oh my gosh, what a mess I have in here. Why do I have so much stuff, and I don't even use this stuff? Sometimes I'm cleaning up my office and I wind up just jamming things into my oil bag. But color coding your oil bag could be a great investment. And then when you go to travel or you need it, that's the bag that you're going to. So consider really looking for some sort of a bag that you can use. Folks, the world is at your fingertips. I feel like doTERRA is right here at your fingertips, and you've got everything that you need. And no matter where you are in the world, you have so many resources available to you, not the least of which is getting on this call every Monday and just really chatting with me. If you've got a question and you looked at the kits and you said, that makes sense, but I'd like to add, or you're thinking, could I add into my kit? Absolutely. Now, here's the other tip. You can order some of, as I mentioned to you before, you can order some of those products that are in the US kits, NFR, and then add them back into your kit. So for example, if you don't have On Guard mist, sanitizing mist in your market, you could order a single one of those at NFR, and then you could refill that bottle on a regular basis by making a mixture. And what I would do is I would put 5 to 10 drops of On Guard in there, some water, and then I would use something as an emulsifier to break up the oil, because we know oil is going to float on the top. I very frequently use vodka because we have that in the house. But if you don't have alcohol, drinking alcohol, because you don't want to use rubbing alcohol for the most part. You could use a little bit of this because it's a sanitizing mist, but depending on whether you have pets or children, you could do a 50-50 rubbing alcohol and water, and then add in your On Guard drops and shake it up. You could also use a little bit of salt, which would act as an emulsifier. Also really great for protecting the immune system. As always, I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team that's here every single week, making sure that this presentation is possible. If you want more information, we're going to be posting about immunity and immune kits all week on social media. If you want to see a replay of this presentation, you can see it on, you'll see some lead ups and some short videos on Instagram here, and also on YouTube, which is where all of these presentations are rebroadcast. Consider clicking the subscribe button below and clicking on the bell to make sure that you get an announcement every week and you're able to see exactly what it is that we're doing here live every week. Remember, you're amazing. Let's help preserve your your own safety and the safety of your family. Want you to really stay healthy and well as long as possible. And finally, thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful week. Okay, so I want to hear from everybody who is on the line and in the chats. Tell me, what do you think? I think it was a kind of a different concept this time. I know I've talked to you a lot about 90-day plans. I've never talked to you about 90-day plans in your market. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? So I'm going to actually stop the recording before I get some comments in the chat room. I want to say farewell to everybody who is watching this on YouTube. We'll see you back again here next week on Monday. And we look forward to talking to you about the relief kits and how you can build your own relief kit if you're not in the US or Canada, or you just want to do your own thing or build another kit. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye now.